Conjuring Last Rites is now in theaters and is supposedly the final Conjuring movie in this series. It stars Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga once again as Ed and Lorraine Warren, and is now Michael Chavez's fourth film in this universe. I'm a fan of this franchise. Not all the spin-offs are great, but the three core Conjuring movies before this one I've all enjoyed. So going into this movie, I was hoping they'd just give us a satisfying conclusion to this franchise and these characters, and I'm happy to say that The Conjuring Last Rites is easily my favorite of the franchise since The Conjuring 2. Let's get started with the scares, because that's what most people are coming here for. Most of these movies, while enjoyable, aren't really that scary to me. However, Last Rites is surprisingly unnerving and creepy. There's definitely an attempt to go back to James Wan's first two movies, and I think they succeeded with it. There are a lot of tension-filled moments in here that were honestly pretty effective. The standout sequence to me was definitely the mirror scene with Judy. It's shot very well, and the tension just keeps building and building to the point where you're just waiting for whatever's going to happen. And there are also quite a few disturbing images in here. One about a half hour into the movie that really caught me off guard and unsettled me. The directing is also pretty strong here. I'm not the biggest fan of what Michael Chavez has done with this franchise so far, but I'd say this is easily his best directed movie. There's a lot of creative shots in this movie, particularly one near the end that was honestly great and one of the most memorable shots of this entire franchise, I'd say. The family in this movie is pretty good as well. You don't have a huge connection to them this time around, not what the movie's entirely about, but the stuff that goes on in this house is crazy and wild enough to the point where you do care about these people and you want to see them overcome these demons. However, and I'm pretty sure it's a shock to no one at this point, but Ed and Lorraine Warren are easily the best part of this movie. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga obviously have great chemistry together. They've proven this since the first movie, but I honestly think this is the strongest these two characters have ever been. There's a much larger emphasis on family in this movie, and they even include their daughter Judy, who is now grown up and is engaged. I honestly thought the stuff they did with the Warrens was great. And I really like the way they tied their backstory into this haunting that's going on with the Smurl family. I thought it was really interesting. The film also managed to get me a little emotional by the end. I thought the way they wrapped things up with Ed and Lorraine Warren was very well handled, and I thought it was a great way to end this story. The movie isn't perfect though, and I do have a few issues with it. I think my biggest issue with the movie is the way they handle the demons. The demons have really cool and creepy design that I really liked, but I felt like for the most part they were underutilized. Outside of a few jump scare moments, they're not really in the movie that much, and they're easily the most underdeveloped demons of these four movies. Their backstory is very vague, and I couldn't help but want more of them. The jump scares in this movie are also pretty bad. I think only one of them startled me, and only one of them got a genuine reaction out of me. The other ones didn't even make me flinch, and I was in a theater with this giant Dolby Atmos sound. I think they're just so incredibly obvious. A lot of jump scares do surprise me, but even I could figure out when a jump scare was about to happen. I'm not totally against this tactic, but it has to be done right, and this is a prime example of when jump scares are done wrong. Overall, The Conjuring Last Rites is a surprisingly great conclusion to this franchise. This feels very reminiscent of the first two movies James Wan made, with a very creepy atmosphere and intense imagery. And above all else, it gives a fantastic conclusion for Ed and Lorraine Warren. I'm going to give The Conjuring Last Rites an 8 out of 10. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I just want to address what my content output is going to look like for a while now. I do enjoy making these videos for you guys, but with still being in school and having a job, it does start to get overwhelming. So I think for the time being, I'm going to just make videos that I'm passionate about. I don't want to just rush out a video just for consistency's sake and not care about it. I will be doing quite a few videos for the second year of Nerd Nation's Halloween Spooktacular. I did enjoy doing it a lot last year, and it is a series that I want to keep doing in the future. I'll also be posting a ranking of all 10 Conjuring movies pretty soon, but after that, it will really just depend if there's a certain movie or a new release that I want to talk about. I want the videos I make to feel genuine, and I don't want to just rush out a video just to have something that week. That said, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.